Okay, guys, welcome. This is our Coach Info group. We're glad that you're here. We have run Coach Sneak Peeks before, but we've never run one with all of us in this format. So we're excited to be here with you guys. And hopefully, if you've heard from one of us, you'll get to hear from somebody new. And that always helps because we always relate differently with different people. So we're going to start off just sharing our coach stories because I think a lot of the hesitations and fears and questions that we have, because we had the same ones, will be answered in some of that. And then we'll go over specifics with kind of what we do, how we earn, and all of that. So I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves as they go. I'll just go ahead and start us out. My name's Stacy Kleppel. I've been a coach for 5 years plus now. I began this journey with just knowing that I needed to do something with my health and fitness. I had 4 kids, was turning 40, and just not feeling good. And I was like, I need to do something. So I had a friend on Facebook, like you may have had a friend on Facebook that you've been watching, and she was getting in shape with 2 little kids at home, and she was drinking this shake. That was really all I knew. I didn't reach out to her at all because why would I reach out to someone I barely knew? But our husbands are friends, and we got to meet at a wedding where I got to watch her eat. This is a true story. And she like really ate, and I was like, this is how you've been losing weight. I think I can do this. And so between that and a connection I had with the trainer, the program she was doing was PiYo with Chalene Johnson. And I used to do Turbo Jam like way back in the day. So I had that connection. I saw her eat and I was like, I think I want to try this. So I am a CPA. That's my background. So I got on my computer and I said, what's the cheapest way I can do this? What's the best deal? And so I saw that there was this thing called a challenge pack where you basically got everything that you needed. And I saw that if you were a coach, you could get a discount. And in my head, I had it in my mind, I wanted to try Shakeology for 3 months. I don't know where I got that number, but that's what I wanted to do. And so that's what I did. Didn't know if I was actually going to work the business or not. I told my coach at the time I wanted to wait until I was a product of the product. I didn't really feel ready to lead anyone. But I did attend an event sort of like this one where I got to meet other coaches, and I love the ladies so much, and a lot of them encouraged just to go ahead and reach out and let people know what you were doing and see if anyone wanted to join you. And I did that, and lo and behold, I had people joining me as I was starting my own journey. So if you're someone who was like me thinking, well, I need to wait until I'm at a certain place, that's not actually what worked for me. Was helping people and being there with them and going through with them like that. So that's how I began my journey. I fell in love with coaching. I fell in love with our team. And 5+ years later, I mean, I lost the 30 pounds and all of that and made income. And those were all, that was really the only reason I thought of coaching. I was like, get in shape, make income. And as you'll discover here tonight, it's meant so much more to me. We'll go over perks and stuff with you, but I'll just tell you that it's just a joy. It's a daily joy for me. It's something I would actually be sad if I stopped doing. I look forward to it every day. I love our purpose. I love our people, and I am an introvert. And when I started this, I had no social media skills or following at all. But all of that just kind of went out the window because it grew over time. And we'll get into more of like the beginning of how that works. But that's my coaching story, short and sweet. I'm gonna pass it on to Melissa. Is that okay with you? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so yes, I am Melissa. I have actually been a coach. It will be 5 years on Monday. My daughter, I decided to sign up on my daughter's 16th birthday, so she'll be 21 on Monday. And actually, it's similar to Stacy. I actually was just on Facebook, which was sort of strange because I really didn't use, I certainly wasn't on Facebook like I am now. I never posted, I never, did any of that. But for some reason, I ran across my coach who I had no clue. I did not know her. And she had some kind of fitness page or something. And I came across it that way. And she was talking about, and happened to be like a really bad day at work. And I'm a nurse. I've been an RN now for over 25 years. And fast forward to now, even with COVID, just blew it out of the water. I thought I was stressed before, it has nothing, nothing on now. But at any rate, I really wanted I wanted to try to find something to get out of this career because I was really burning out. So I found this, and when she was talking about how she left her lawyer job and she was making income and staying home with her kids, and I'm kind of past that point now. My kids are older, but I really gravitated towards her purpose. So I decided to join something like this. In fact, it was very similar to something we're doing right now. And just listening to all the stories and just what this opportunity really creates, especially with working on your own health and fitness. I actually have an eating disorder background. So I was pretty sick about 10 years ago, to the point where I was in the hospital, and just was not a very good time. And you kind of almost I think have to hit rock bottom in order to get to the other side. And I really feel that was where this all came from. And so having had the eating disorder, having gone through this, having been stressed out, this coaching thing kind of just fell in my lap. And I just decided I'm going to sign up. And here I am 5 years later. And while I'm still working full time, I'm actually working on I'm really hoping this year to go part-time. I haven't really, I have to just make the jump. I'm so used to being a full-time person that I just can't make that jump. So, and I have a kid in college, so I have to think about that too. But there is definitely, like, my income has definitely grown since the beginning. And so that's really about, I will say, aside from the income part, which obviously you really need to work for that. I mean, it's not something that comes, it's not an overnight thing. It's not a scheme. It's not any of that. I've had all that skeptical thoughts, but it's the community. It's all these ladies here, the friendships that I've formed, people that I didn't even know before are now my best friends. So that's my story.
Okay. Susan, do you want to go next?
Sure. Well, I've been a coach for 2.5 years. And so my story is I've always been in health and fitness. I was a runner for years. And then I just got to a point where I was just struggling, couldn't get out the door. And when I did, my knees were just swelling, and started thinking, I just turned 60 and just started thinking, well, I guess that's just the way you are when you get this age. But thank goodness, my husband and my coach's husband were coaches together. So I watched Jody Dacus, and she had never really been an athlete. And I just saw this transformation in her. But what really caught my eye was that she just had this new passion and confidence about her that I had not seen. And it was like, I noticed, and she kept winning trips and I love to travel and all this stuff. And so I've watched her, y'all, for 3 years. So I get it when people are like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, I'm watching one of my very best friends, and it took me 3 years to say yes. So, and when I finally did, me being a coach and my husband a coach, I mean, I have full access to any gym I want. And my husband was like, what are you doing? So Jody said, hey, if you will just get a few people to join you, it will pay for your challenge pack. I was like, it's on. So I invited nieces, daughters, sisters. 6 people said yes. And I fell in love with that first challenge, and just, it has lit a fire in me. I wake up excited. And like you said, it's work, but I feel like it's like fun. I get so excited, and a whole new purpose that I feel like I have in my life. And so pretty excited about this.
Okay, Andrea.
Okay, hi, I'm Andrea. I've been a coach for 6 years, a little over 6 years. I started out, my coach is the same upline as Susan's, and I was not in the same town as her, but I was watching her on social media. And at the time I had a 2 and 4-year-old, and all I did for exercise was take the kids on walks. And I knew there was a fit person inside of me, and I just couldn't figure out how to get her out, because I tried different DVDs and things like that, but I never finished any of them. I always quit. I never had tried Beachbody before, but things like Jillian Michaels and stuff like that, like I just never completed them because I had no accountability. And so anyway, Jody posted something on Facebook, and I was like, that sounds like a program I would like. And so I signed up just as a customer. But not long after getting started, she asked if I wanted to check out coaching and invited me to something like this. And I honestly had no idea what that even meant, because I was not in a challenge group at the time. And so I didn't really know what coaching meant. But I was like, why not? And it just sounded so fun. I just thought, why wouldn't I give this a try? I'm already in love with the program. I had really enjoyed Shakeology, and I just thought, why not? You know, there was zero risk in getting started, zero. And I thought, you know, I'm already telling my friends, why not, you know, have this opportunity to make a little extra money. I'm a CPA. At the time I was doing taxes, and I worked kind of full-time during tax season and as little as possible the rest of the year because I really wanted to be home with my kids. But we did need that extra income. And so I started coaching and just immediately saw the potential and decided I was really going to work at this. And so I hit my first big rank in the middle of tax season when I was working the most, because I was just doing the focused work every day. And it's very possible to grow even when you're really busy. And after about, I think it was a year and a half, I left my job, and now I just do coaching from home. And it's just really nice to have a job that you love, because I mean, I have a CPA license and a master's degree, but accounting was never something I loved. You know, it's a great degree, but I never felt passionate about it at all. And so having a job that I feel like I'm making an impact every day, having great friends like these ladies that I get to talk to online every day that just fill me up and, you know, make me not feel like I'm on my own. It's just, there's so many good things about it, but that's basically my story in a nutshell.
I mean, I love it. And I mean, I think the thing that we all found is that, I mean, we weren't expecting the things that meant the most probably weren't the things that we were expecting. But anyway, we are going to talk a little bit about like what is it that we do? Like, what is coaching? So Susan's going to give us a little tidbit of her day. What does it look like? What's the life of a coach?
Right. Well, one thing I didn't mention in my story is when I started, I was a junior high coach and teaching social studies. I'm still a teacher, but not a junior high coach, which is really time consuming. My husband's the athletic director, so I felt like I needed to show up at a lot of other functions. So I was really, really busy when I started, and I have grandchildren. So all that extra went there too. So I just figured out, and it's still that way, you know, figured out how to work this in the nooks of my day. So for instance, I get up at 4:30 and I have my quiet time and I check into my challenge group, and I might have a minute to message somebody or I might not. And then I work out at 6 o'clock with my Zoom girls. And then at lunch, I always try to like send a few birthday messages, send a few messages just to encourage someone. That is all about just trying to impact and encourage someone. And then after school, I come home and I have a few minutes of personal development. That has been a big thing for me, joining coaching, just doing that and you know, growing my mind and thinking about how to dream bigger. That has just been so exciting. And then work on my post, and then go and just invite people. And I remember thinking inviting people and posting, those two things scared me to death. I saw how much Jody posted and I thought, I will never do that. But here's the deal, y'all. When you have that first person that comes to you and says, you encouraged me, you made a difference, you're like, okay, forget the rest of the world. That's what I'm about. I'm about encouraging people. And really, I think as a coach, our biggest job is to be a cheerleader, just encourage people. And so that's how I work it still with teaching. And sometimes after dinner, I do a few more just invites or stories. I didn't talk about that. You know, every single day I make sure I put some kind of story on. Usually it's a workout, just a couple little things, and then a post most every day, but not necessarily every day. But my stories, I'm big on every day. And then if people show up to watch them, I feel like I need to say thank you. And hey, do you want to join us? You know, I think one of the biggest things that helped me was thinking like, if you were having a party and you left someone out, I mean, that would be so sad. So pretend like you're having a party, we are, and don't leave someone out. So there, is that kind of what, that's kind of what, how I worked mine in my day.
That's perfect. And yeah, I love that what we do. I know a lot of people, their fear is selling, but our job actually begins after somebody is matched with a program. That's when we really we provide a service, and it really is more just sharing the things that have already helped us. So I love that. And Andrea's going to talk to us about how we earn income.
So it is commission based, but it's not just, you get paid every time you sell a program. There are a few different levels. So initially it's a 25% commission, and we also get a 25% discount on all the products. And so there's a lot of people that coach primarily for the discount, but end up, people ask them what they're doing, and they end up, having some customers as well. But we get commission on products that we sell. And when we set people up with a challenge pack, which is the complete solution that gives people workouts plus a month of supplements, it's a little bit more than 25%. So it's kind of a win-win because it gives people, everything they need, and it's, helpful for us as coaches. Then as you start to build a team, you start to get team bonuses. And so that is where your income really starts to grow. And it's really neat because you are as successful as your team is. And so it really helps develop you as a leader. Even if you don't feel like you are a leader, we've all, like Susan mentioned with the personal development, we learn how to become a leader, and it just makes you so much stronger as a person. It helps you in parenting and in relationships and all these things that you didn't ever realize would be affected positively with this. But so you learn to become a leader, you help your team grow, and that in turn helps your income grow. So it really is just a team effort, which is really neat. So you get bonuses based on volume with your team, and then certain rank levels have quarterly bonuses as well. And so that's just depending on where you are in the company. But that's basically how we earn. We get paid weekly every Thursday, which is kind of nice that it's every week. And yeah, is there anything else I left out there?
I think that's good. And so on top of money income, there's so many things that are so amazing that are important to us. And Melissa's going to talk about some of her favorite perks and our favorite perks.
Well, I know when I first, one of the things that drew me to coaching, aside from just doing something different and doing something that I, that would benefit me physically, was the trips I was seeing people take. And so, the pictures and everything. And of course, it's not something that, you have to work for it. And I know Beachbody has like this whole disclaimer, which it's too late in the day for me to remember everything on it, but it's basically based upon like your diligence and skill of being a coach. So you got to show up every day. But Success Club is something that is a monthly benchmark. And that pretty much will say, like, if you're specifically in this for business building, you want to be hitting that benchmark every single month. And that's helping just 3 people. Which when you're first starting out, you actually build up that momentum because there's lots of people that you can talk to, people that you may not even think. I have coaches on my team I never would have imagined would even be part of this, and they are. So when you hit those Success Club benchmarks, Beachbody rewards you with different, swag, like workout swag, sweatshirts. I mean, their gifts are really, really nice. And we even got luggage one year. Like, it's amazing to me. But the trips are even better. And I've been a coach. It'll be 5 years on Monday. But I've been invited to 4 trips. Last year's trip to Punta Cana was obviously canceled because of COVID. And we are back going to the Riviera, which is again canceled because of COVID, but I'm going at the end of the year. So it's such a great trip. And I took my husband on that. I was the very first one that it kind of brought him into the business so he could see why I was, at my computer, and he got to meet the other husbands, and, he knows now the coaches, and to me, that's a huge perk, because when you have that supportive spouse and they know what you're doing and why you're doing it, it just makes the trips that much better. So, and it's not like we ever really traveled before that. Beachbody has really allowed us to travel a lot. So the trips, and I even went out to LA. I actually went with Stacy. Beachbody awarded us like a conference, which will help you become a leader. And so that was really, really fun. I had never been to LA before, so that was really interesting. And then even our immediate team, and she's not on this call, but the founder of the larger team, she actually has taken several years, even before my time, but something called the Diamond Retreat. And when you get to a certain point in your business, she pays for the entire trip. And it's amazing. But I love being able to be around everybody, because we're all over the country, even though we connect virtually, which is interesting. We did this for so long, and then COVID just made everybody that way. But it's so much nicer when we can all get together. So those trips are like, that's motivation right there. So I don't know if I'm forgetting anything else with perk wise, but I know the compensation plan is really, really good. So
for me, I mean, like I said, I started this thinking it would help me get in shape and I could earn some income from home. But it was really the community. Like, we are really all friends in real life. That was the first thing I saw when I attended my first, whatever you want, is Zoom, Facebook group, whatever it was at that time. I saw the heart of this team, and I was blown away. I was like, how can there be, because our team is really large. We have our large team is large, and there are so many ladies in there, and I have never been a part of that many women that all get together and truly support each other all the time. I mean, it was like something I had never experienced. And the more I've been a part of it, the more I've grown in that. And just the joy that this job is, it's so much more than I ever would have thought. And so if you're wondering, okay, well, if I am interested, then what? How do you sign up? That's what I'm going to talk to you about. And I have like a lot of what was spoken tonight, and what I'm about to speak to you is I'm going to have that all in writing here too in this group. So if you're somebody who wants to go back and read it and see it, you'll have that too. But I do want to share with you how to get signed up. There's basically 3 different ways you can do it. It's $39.95. That's it. To get started with coaching, and it's actually waived in a few different ways. If you are active military, if your spouse is active military, if you're a veteran, or if you have ever or are about to buy one of these challenge packs like I was talking to you about earlier, that even the $39.95 is waived. So you can go ahead and pay just the $39.95. You don't have to pay for anything else. You don't have to order any products. That won't make you an active coach, so you won't be eligible for all of like what Andrea talked about with all the commissions and bonuses and such, but that would get you started. I think the best way to do it is to go ahead and get the value pack. That's what I did when I started. It gives you your year of Beachbody On Demand, which is, if you're not sure what that is, it's like $7,000 worth of workouts. It gives you your Shakeology to try. It gives you both of our amazing nutrition programs, which is truly where you and all of your future clients will see all of their results, and you'll have both of those. And it totally waives your $39.95 business fee. So it's really a no risk, simple way to get signed up. After that, it's $15.95 a month, and that starts in the subsequent month. And what these fees are, the $39.95 or the $15.95 per month, it's Beachbody taking care of you in such a way that you get to run your business and just focus on the heart of coaching. They give you your websites. They handle everything with shipping, with returns, with advertising, all those infomercials that you see. When you get to a certain rank, Beachbody, based on other things that you've earned, you start earning free leads and things. All these things that Beachbody has done for us become yours. So it really is worth that $15.95 a month. And that also gives you your 25% off discount. And I just want to say too, because I think a lot of companies and a lot of times people go into something and they're like, well, what if I go into it and I don't love it? What if for whatever reason I want to stop? And the thing is, it's so easy to unsign up should you ever want to. I don't think you'll want to once you start experiencing the things that we've talked to you about, but just know that it really is, it's literally a form where you say, I don't want to coach anymore. So I say all that to say there really is no risk to going ahead and starting to try. Worst case scenario, you get everything that you need for your own fitness for a year. So that's kind of how to sign up. I'm going to have the options written out for y'all so y'all can look at them. I wanted to talk real quickly too about training. You will be at no loss for training. We actually have a very systemized PDF form now. It's kind of our favorite way to share because it allows you to go at your own pace and see everything that you need to see up front, but yet you can, like the rest of this business, it's based on you and how you want to grow it and the time that you want to spend on it. But Beachbody will give you an office online where you can find training there, and your coach will be with you every step of the way. Many of you have probably already been in online groups with us. What we do is we offer nutrition, fitness, and support. It's the trifecta that helps everybody because it's everything that you need. And that support in those online groups is something that you will always have people to do it with. These ladies, we still run groups together. You're never alone, and you always have somebody to ask questions, whether it's your direct coach, the person who's asked you to come here tonight, or any of us ladies. Anybody that you reach out to would be happy to help you. And so that's how you would go forward with this. So I don't know that we have anybody here that would would ask questions, but if you have questions and you're watching this recording, or if you've tuned in, just go ahead and put them in the comment section and we will get back with you. And we'll put this recording in the Facebook group for you to see too. So anybody else have any comments? We were really, really focused on getting this short and sweet, and I think we did it. I'm proud of us because I know we could talk about this all night long. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting then, and like I said, just reach out. No question is too small, and if you have it, chances are others are too, and we'll publicly address those here as well. So thank you, ladies, for sharing your story and for being a part of us tonight. We'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.